Hey everyone, welcome back to Deep Elf Wizard. This is part 8, here with Ultraviolent 4, currently making our way through vaults. In the last one we very nearly died, probably deserved to. Dropped to 3 HP while meleeing a Yaktor captain with no weapon skill. So learned a lesson there. Yaktor captains can still do a lot of damage in melee, 30 in fact, plus whatever weapon they happen to have. We're currently training our conjurations a little bit just to get orbit destruction a little bit higher, and then we're going to go more into fighting. We'll keep invocations up, but anyway, the plan is to finish off Vaults 4, the next 4, and then head into Elf. And just out of curiosity, I'd like to see what this Fire Dragon Scales is like. So I'm 1720, this would be 2013. And that would make my spells pretty uncastable. Alright. So I need, if I'm going to use a Fire Dragon Scales, which I may well, I'm going to need 1 more strength to get me to 11, and I'm going to need a fair bit of armor training. Which makes me think I should maybe turn on my armor training now, so that when I want to use it, I can. Because I have 7 enchant armor scrolls, so actually I maybe should be making this a priority, because if you throw 7 enchant armor scrolls on this fire dragon armor, I'd have 27 AC and 13 evasion plus pretty good R fire. And then if I use my staff of cold and I put on do I not have RC? No, I'd basically have to be just using the Staff of Cold at all times, and then looking for a ring later. But anyway, we can't quite wear this. But it would be good, so that would be an extra 10 AC on top of what we have at the moment. Alright, so armor training is on for now. I'll maybe focus it along with fighting once I get my conjurations to 17, which is where I'm going to turn it off. Alright. Vaults 4. Let's go. We've had some pretty scary moments in Vaults so far. As I said, I deserve to die just before. Let's get it's a pretty good Bolt of Cold. Let's go. There's our extra strength. So we now have 11, which is encumbrance rating for the Fire Dragon Scales. So now if I get I can drop it. There's no reason to carry it around. Now if I get some armor training, we could switch to that one. Oops, I wanted to ID the scroll, but I accidentally just read it. Alright, so we wasted our summoning scroll accidentally. What I wanted to do is, because I didn't have the slots to pick it up, I wanted to use the ID scroll that I was holding to ID the summoning of the ground. But what I ended up doing was just reading the scroll on the ground. Okay, so the Lich is scary. He's got a decent chance to hex us. Alright, if I can orbital destruction him, there we go, it worked out, that was fine. As a Lich, he's resistant to cold, but orbital destruction can't be resisted. I just slowed my mushroom, what a jerk. Oh yeah, Yaktor captains, yeah, I'm afraid of them now. I'm gonna preemptively put down a freezing cloud. Good. Well, you should always be afraid of Yaktor captains. They do an almost obscene level of damage with their ranged attacks, but you should also be afraid of them in melee, perhaps. And maybe these guys as well. Uh, I have a 50% chance to hex him, so I'll just do that. My normal loadout as I'm walking around, I don't have any RF, so his fireball really hurts. Man, we're making a lot of happy little accidents in recent times. I shut that door to free my mushroom from being watched so he could move to come back up with me. Man, gotta stop getting cocky. This is gonna end in tears. I need a slot. I guess the wand of digging that's almost empty. And in fact, I think I'm never going to use this wand of clouds. With no evocation skill, it tends to, at best, make mephitic. And if I put down mephitic, then it means I can't put down freezing clouds. Yeah. So my own cloud is always going to be better with no evocations training. Ugh. I'm trying to use tab just to walk towards the enemy. I don't actually want to fight, but it keeps giving me the pop-up to say, like, are you sure? Are you really sure you want to fight with your stuff? There's conjurations to 17. If I have a look, all the destruction's at 3% and it's no longer yellow, so that's good enough. We'll turn that off. I'm going to focus armor as well. And it's Operation Fire Dragon Scales. The reflection there. Doing work. Crystal Guardians can be a bit rough. I'm just going to Orb of Destruction him to take him out. Yeah, I'm just going to say yes. Okay, I think it will remember now. Now that I've confirmed that yes, I really do want to attack with it. Yeah, it works now. Okay. Yeah. Especially if you play some speedrunning games, you get used to using tab as a positioning button, as in use it as I want to walk towards the enemy, rather than just being an auto attack button. This is getting a bit out of hand. What can I do here? I kind of need to, I'll just ask the one, I kind of need to kill these guys or I won't be able to run. Oh, that ran out. Alright, let's recharge it to 7. Can't get them both. There we go. Alright, there we go. Man, what's has been hard? I don't know why. Quite why it's so hard. Deflect missiles would make it a lot easier. Okay, we'll step back around the corner. Can freeze and cloud these guys. Good. Ooh, spellbook shop. Book of the Warp gives us Control Blink, which is a level 8 spell, so that would be a huge amount of investment. Only +1 translocation, so I don't think we're doing that. If we were going 15 runes, it would be very good. Geomancy, we've seen that. Annihilations, if you wanted to go into the Glaciate Firestorm play. We don't need it. What we've got is fine. And particularly, so when we're talking about training up a Fire Dragon scales, if you do that, you're not casting Glaciate and Firestorm. And it also means you're going to have to get your Conjurations and your, in our case, Ice Magic up to a much higher. And as your skills gain levels, each level takes more and more experience. So we'd have to be all in on these two for quite a while, which means we wouldn't be able to get fighting, we wouldn't be able to get armor, and our defenses would be a lot weaker. So yeah, it's not often that you need Firestorm or Glaciate in a 3-ring game. In fact, you never need it, but it's not too often that it's even the optimal choice. I mean, sometimes it is, but here I am playing a Deep Elf. Deep Elf is probably the best species that you'd want for that sort of thing, but we don't need it. Oh man, that ring. Plus Invis, plus Fly, plus MR, Dex -4, Slay +5. Man, the game, there's also the amulet somewhere that has another bunch of slaying on it. I think it really wants us to be a melee character. So what else is here? Nothing really. The thing that we're looking for is protection from cold. That ring's not terrible, but the Dex -4 will make us worse at dodging and net blocking. And Slay doesn't really help us that much. Man, I really should put on my fire ring before I just fight that dragon. It's getting cocky. He's vulnerable to cold, so I knew that I could blow him up very quickly. But still, that was not very clever. More scrolls. We got a scroll of blinking, which we want to slam. More enchant weapon, I guess. Get our demon trident up to +9, so that's now max. And as far as teleportation goes, I think we have a lot. Yeah, we have 10. Okay. Well, I'll put the teleports and the recharging on my shopping list, and if I need them, I can come back. More blinking. Nothing I particularly want there. There's a file of floods, but I don't know. I don't really need it. Especially, I mean, it's always good, even without evocations training, but with a bit of evocations training, it becomes a lot better. Why is it giving me like a double zap indication? Surely I can't double zap a bolt of cold. I don't think that's how that works. Don't know about that one. Interesting. We are starving. Let's eat. There's a fire giant. Put on my protection from fire. And I could try to hex him, or I could just shoot Orb of Destruction, which apparently flew straight into the wall, which was right next to me. I want to get him before he finishes calling. Good. Alright. Armor to 4. This is all great news. We got more Yaktor captains coming. There we go. I don't need to prey on corpses to get that piety. If you walk away, they'll just decay naturally and you'll eventually get the piety. So it wasn't like I needed to run back in to quickly get those corpses, or else I was going to lose the piety. Oh man, every time I re-equip the stuff, it's going to start asking me again, do I really want to attack? Yes. Alright, so that's Fort's 4 done. Time to go into Elf. If we have a look, our MR, we've got 3 points. 137 HP is enough. Enough. It's certainly enough not to get one shot by Deep Elf Annihilators. We've got our Lek if we need it. That might be worth having on at all times actually, rather than the protection from fire or the extra magical power. Because in Elf, the elves that do a Lek, so the Annihilators are the ones that you really don't want to get caught off guard with. If they zap you with a Lek, you're gonna know about it. And actually, I'm curious to know about how we're going now with Fire Dragon scales. Our armor's not that high yet. We're only at 4.4, but we also got the extra point of strength. So I think I'm just going to tell this guy to, we'll bring him out. And we'll say wait here. And I want to find that. I wonder if FDA still works. It doesn't. It used to. Fire Dragon armor. What about FTC? Scales. FDS? No. Alright. Fire Dragon scales. What's for? Okay. So we're 1820. This gives me 2214. And the orbit destruction is not a big deal, but the freezing cloud being at 11% is a bit of a worry. Bolt of Cold's still very castable. Kind of tempted by this already. Yeah, alright. I'm tempted enough. Let's turn off invocations. Let's not focus fighting. And we're gonna focus armor, and we're gonna turn air magic on to get freezing cloud a little bit more castable. And then I'm going to need to drop this conjuration stuff. We can drop the cold resistance, and we need to find the staff of cold. Staff of cold. Oh, it's on the tile that we're on, of course. Wait, is it? No, it's not. Oh, it's that one. Right. It's on Vaults 3. Hopefully we don't meet a cold enemy on the way. Because we're currently vulnerable to cold. Good. Let's eat one of its bread rations. Alright, there it is. Alright, let's wield that. So that puts our... We got 2 points of RF, we got none of cold. We can drop one of these rings of fire because we have no use for being over 3 points of RF. And then let's enchant armor. It's Fire Dragon scales. I have no repeat button, so I have to do it like this, where I have to actually press it a bunch of times. If you don't have a key on it, the weird apostrophe on the top left corner of your keyboard under escape, when you press shift to get tilde, that key, that repeats your previous action. So you can do that without having to press it a bunch of times. So now I've got 29 AC, which is a lot. And as we train our armor skill, we're going to get more AC, and we're going to get our spell penalty lowering as well. Cool. Alright. So let's go to the entrance of vaults. That's where I left my mushroom. Or I thought I did. It's guarding the area a bit too well. Alright, well that's fine. We're back up at 5 piety already, so I'm going to head into Elf. Alright, we've still got these ghosts everywhere, so I haven't actually cleared Orc 1. I think I can probably fight these ghosts now. Orbit Destruction, 14% is dangerous. Maybe we can't. Oops, not that. Yeah, okay, alright, well we got that ghost finally. We want entrance into Elf. Alright, here we go. Let's throw down some freezing clouds. Guy doesn't want to step into it. I mean, I don't blame him, but it's kind of annoying that he's making me manually wait a whole bunch of turns. Gonna make a mushroom ally. I think just having one, or probably having two, would be good enough in here. Just in case I need to step behind, well, I don't know, it could be all sorts of things. Who knows? We'll go back up. Uh, 1, 2, 3. We've got a whole bunch of orcs around us. This might be the perfect time to become an axe user. Look at that. Just tabbing with the axe. While we did that, we became vulnerable to cold. So it's probably not something I should make a practice of. Alright, more books. Let's see. Alchemy? No. Party tricks? No. Transfigurations? No. The main thing, as I've said, that I'm looking for is deflect missiles. That would be really good to have. Could also be using summon mana viper is very useful in here because it has an anti-magic bite, so very useful against elves who all use magic. Wax of flaming coming. It's not great without mana. We could try to fight it this way. What about if we hex it? No, it's vulnerable to mana. Okay, this situation's getting a bit bad. I'm just gonna teleport. Typically, you can quite easily kill. Whoa, okay, this is not good. Let's go again. Teleport. And I need my stuff of cold up, so I'm not vulnerable to cold. Alright, there we go. Typically, you can kill these dancing weapons with a single orb of destruction like that, but you gotta have the mana for it. Alright, let's eat a meat ration. Okay, I also don't want to... why is it very dangerous to cast? Oh, because we've been drained quite a bit. We can hit it with ice shards. It's got... Ice shard has its irresistible element, so that still works. Good. Let's make another mushroom. I like how the macro chose to target the elf's battle sphere rather than the elf itself. It's like a massive like screw you to the elf. I don't even care about you. I'm just gonna kill your friend. Ooh, a scarf. Our cloak is a magic resistance, but maybe this is... resistance, yeah, okay, this is probably better. That gives us... we still got 3 points of MR, which is fine. 3 is what you normally need. Oh wait, no, our cloak is poison resistance. Okay. This gives us a point of protection from cold and takes us to 3 points of RF, but we're also losing 3 AC. I think probably poison resistance is probably... the 3 AC is more valuable than having 1 point of RC at this point, but we'll see. At some point that might change, which is why I'm still carrying it with me. But for right now, I think I'd rather have the AC. Good. I don't know if we can, yeah, over destruction around that corner. So I had to step to the side. Oh, we failed it. What is my freezing cloud? It's 10%. It's not too bad. Good. Alright, Elf 1 done. We had a couple of sketchy moments, but we lived. We hear a distant wind, which tells us that the Desolation of Salt is on this level. That's not something that we'll be doing though, because the Desolation of Salt is insanely busted. The enemies in it are way too strong. So yeah, we're not gonna risk that one. We'd rather risk our character doing stupid things like meleeing Yaktor captains at 30 HP, not going into Desolation Assault. What have caught him? Not the... Jeez. My auto-targeter wants to hit everyone but the elf. There we go. Yes, we're hearing a lot of distant wind. I get it. Not interested. Thank you, but no thank you. 4 more fruit. We've got 43 fruit. That's an insane amount of fruit. In these situations I'm getting into that are kind of scary, I really should just be making Oklobs, because 40 fruit is... Oh god. I didn't even see those. They were very camouflaged with the floor tile color there. Anyway, 43 fruit is an insane amount of fruit to have. Yeah, so we can be quite liberal in using those. Let's magic map this floor, and we want to... This looks like the end vault, so the entrance is over here. I want to X that out, and we'll clear the rest of the level first. Ooh, okay. More enchant armor. Gives us 31 AC now. Okay, good. Gotta remember to eat. Is there food here? Nope. Random unseen horror. Why can I say that? Ah, because I'm wearing my ring of Aralexi and Viz. That's right. That's correct. That's what I wanted. Having Aralek in Elf makes you much more survivable. Good. We've found a lot of magic mapping scrolls this game. We currently have 9. So we put those clouds like that, and given the choice between waiting or getting to me, those guys decide, yeah, we'll just walk through the cold. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. Time to do the end vault. Okay, so Shift X Control E removes the exclusions, and we're Fedhas, so we can do this a different way. Usually when you see me do elf, I dig a kill hole. I try to lure elves one at a time, but we can make Oklob farms, so we can kind of do something a little different. I'm gonna eat this meat ration. It's probably worth telling my mushroom to wait here, because he's not gonna have a good time. Even with an Oklob vault, an Oklob farm I mean. Alright, we'll go one more. So we have a lot of fruit, 43. That represents, what, 21 and a half Oklobs that we can make. So we could quite easily put down, say, 4. That would be 8 of our fruit. Alright, so I'm going to go growth. We're going to do 4. That's probably overkill. Like, I could probably do 3 and that would be more than enough. And now we're going to evolve these to Oklobs. I should make a kill hole just in case I need to escape into one. So we've got it there. And then now we're just going to basically sit back and watch our Oklobs kill everything. So we can go AFK here. And this is basically the power of Fedhas. Look at this. This is disgusting. We can yell. Alright. And so yeah, like I'm actually doing nothing but hitting the wait key. They don't need me. Look at this. Disgusting. Fedhas best god. Look at this. This works on Zop 5, by the way. So this same thing kills Orbs of Fires. So what chance do Elves have? And this is also showing you why we've been training invocations so much to get to almost 16. Because they fire more often and do more damage. So you get these machine gun Oklobs. So a bit more yelling. We're hearing shouts, so there's something out there. Another Master Archer. Look at them. Just... basically, things can live for about a turn, and then they just get nailed by all these acid shots. I'm just gonna hit wait. Don't need to do anything. Yep, he's dead. Bit more yelling. So this is one of the easiest Elf 3s that I've ever done in my life. And that's because Fedhas. Amazing god. Someone said, oh, there's an artifact battle axe. That's pretty cool looking. I really like that axe towel. We have a shield though, so we're not going to be doing it. Someone said to me in one of the earlier videos that he thought I was probably addicted to Fedhas, and I didn't deny that, but if it is true that I'm addicted to Fedhas, this is probably why. Bit more yelling. I'd say we cleared most of it now. No, we're still hearing some shouts. Oh, there's an Annihilator. Yeah, I don't know why I dug that kill hole. When I said if we need to run, just in case, I was never going to need to run. This is way too busted. I think I'm going to make another mushroom body so I can have 2 of them. I'll tell him to wait over here though. I think that's probably everything. If I picked up anything, I've got an artifact ring. R blink, R poison. It's got plus blink, R poison, and MR. That ancient robe, I'm gonna say there's no robe that's gonna be better than this plus 8 fire dragon scales I've got. If I ever mutated out of having horns, I could wear a helmet, but the hat of magic resistance is pretty good. Oh, hey, I actually have to fight an elf on my own? That's not fair. Right, pretty sure he saw me. Yeah, come on. Let me introduce you to my friends. He gets 1 turn, and that's it. If you had 1 turn to seize everything that you ever wanted, would you capture it? Just get acided in the face. It's so funny. Oh, I love it. Alright, come on, let me introduce you to my friends. I don't even need to do this. Like, I could very easily just kill him, but I gain great satisfaction in watching these Oklobs do their thing. It's a work of art, really. I think we've probably done it. Yeah, cool. So we got the artifact chainmail we're not going to need. How many ideas do we got? do we have? We've got 3. So I'd like to do these artifact rings first. Someone outside doing, I'm not sure what. This book has Summon Lightning Spire, but oh man, I love Summon Lightning Spire. How could I not do it? Is it free? It's at 11%. We'd have to train some more summonings. I don't know. Alright, we're dropping it. I'd like to keep my spell levels for deflect missiles if we can find it. That's basically a wizardry ring. We don't really need that. That's the Ring of Shadows. Also, we don't really need it. It's an interesting ring though. Staff of Poison, no good. This is an artifact amulet. Spirit and RF. RF we don't really need because we have 2 points already, and Spirit is really bad on someone who relies on their mana. Manual of Invocations, that's really good. Let's turn Invo back on. Now we're getting a +5 aptitude from it, which is very, very good value. I'll do this amulet. It's just regular regen. Not as good as the +4 reflection I have. Don't want any of those. Let's check this cloak. Also poison resistance. This one's green, that one's white. I think I like the white one better. There's a bit of white on the buckler that I've got, so that matches better. What's in this one? Just Shatter. A spellbook that just has Shatter in it. Interesting. It's an artifact whip. I don't really need to do that. Book of the Tempest. Nope. Okay. Here's an Amnesia Scroll. We want to do the highest spell level spell that we don't ever use anymore. It would probably be Mephitic Cloud. Is a 3. Or Conjure Flame. Yeah, Conjure Flame we're less likely to use than Mephitic. That leaves us with 9. So I guess the argument could be made that we should do Summon Lightning Spire. I can't not anyway. Don't make me not. I'll put it on, I don't know, where will I put it? On R? Maybe T. It's really awkward, but what's on W? Nothing. Okay. Can be on W then. Alright. That is a Quicksilver Dragon Scales. If you needed MR, that would be really good. It's a fairly light armor, but we're okay. I think our +8 Fire Dragon Scales is going to be better than that. An Iridescent Hand Crossbow. I don't think we need it. Oh, we also have a new ring to try. A Ring of Fire. Okay, that doesn't help us. Alright, and what we maybe could do is, rather than this Aralek, we could walk around with this ring on, the one of our poison with the MR+, and then we could wear the ring of the Scarf of Temperature. It's kind of like saying, is 3 RC worth 50% less damage on cold attacks? I'm going to say it might be, because going into depths there are going to be frost giants and other things that do a lot of cold damage. So I guess let's drop the poison resistance. After I just did that whole thing about picking the best looking cloak and then I just took it off anyway. Oh well. Alright, so I think we're done in here. Did I pick up anything else I haven't noticed? No. We can drop this Ring of Protection from Fire. We already have 3 points of RF. And then I think we're good. Oh, we're carrying around a spellbook. Yeah, there's nothing in that we want. I just checked my spells. It's hard to say at the moment because we're drained. But anyway, so that was one of the easiest elf 3s that I've ever done. Tell this guy to follow me. Occlub Farm's very, very powerful. And so you get that ability at 3 points of piety. Once you get higher than that, so we've got all our abilities now. You get reproduction and you get rain. Reproduction uses corpses to make, those spores fly out of the corpses and then explode when they hit things. And you can also make rain, which causes water around you. And it can make plants, but I don't know. I mean, rain can be interesting, I guess, but you don't need it. So once you get 3 piety, you can do that Occlub thing that we just did. That's all you need to do. You don't need to be stressed about Fedhas piety. As long as you have 1 for your mushrooms for most of the mid game even, and then you can get to 3 to make these Occlubs, that's all you need Fedhas for. You don't need any more. Alright, so let's head out of Elf. Don't want to take that stair. Those stairs up, the hatches on this one, if you take it, can take you into the Hall of Blades. And because the Hall of Blades is really big, there's quite a high likelihood of that happening. Upstairs. Yeah, we'll go to the next level. Alright, so we want to be heading into depths next. I'd say we're going to end this episode here, but if you join me in the next one, we'll do depths 1 to 5, and then we'll start thinking about getting our 3rd rune. So hopefully see you back in that one. Bye.